Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this gentleman in the middle would love some of that idea. Bart Habermiller is an artist and illustrator, and some of the work that you've done, sir, can we say we are very impressed with.
Oh.
And as Calgary is as well, too. To have you here today, we appreciate this. We should sell his artwork, by the way.
Absolutely. He signs that.
Beautiful.
We have an example of some of your work, too, don't we?
Yes,
Oh,
we
perfect.
do. I have.
What was the event called?
Well, actually, it was called the Dinner en Blanc.
Yes.
Right?
Le Dîner en
Calgary's
Blanc.
Dinner en Blanc, which I think is based on an event that started 25 years ago in Paris,
Here
I
it is
believe.
right here.
And there it is.
So what was the idea behind this?
Well, a couple of things. This is a terrific event that happens every year, and I was invited last year to contribute 2 works of art that were specifically built for the event. And it was by the Pump House Theatre, so the event took place right alongside the river, which was really appropriate for what I wanted to do, which was to build a work of art out of what I refer to as high water wood. So this is wood that got washed up on the shore, on the riverbanks after the flood. And I would take the wood from the riverbanks and clean it up, paint it, and then paint it white, and then repurpose it into a large outdoor sculpture.
Right.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and it was a lot of fun because for this event we called the piece Bonfire, and
There it is right there.
by day it was just this nice little white image. At night, with the lighting, LED lights, it looked like a blazing bonfire, and it became kind of a gathering space for everybody, which is a lot of what I'm interested in doing. Very much like Dean, getting opportunities, using art as an opportunity to gather people. And this was one of
Thinking
my
outside
works.
the box, Bart. I mean,
Yeah.
let's be real here. A lot of us seem to want to paint within the lines, and why can't we do something that is a little different? And there was an example.
That was the example of it.
That's beautiful.
Lit up at night. I had it on the iPad.
But thinking
here.
outside the box.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And looking at art as not what has happened, but what could happen, and including as many people into it as possible, for me, that's what I'm really interested in.
Yeah. It's
So neat.
isn't it something to see?
Yeah, and those pieces were beautiful, and they were actually taken from the flood, right? Here in
Yes.
Calgary.
Yeah.
Just pieces of driftwood, and
Yeah, absolutely.
it's amazing.
What kind of response did you get to that?
Really good. Like the night was wonderful. It became kind of like a bonfire. It became sort of a hub and a focal point for a lot of people to gather. So that was great. And then so what's happened now? The next step to this is I've actually been commissioned to do a number of these pieces for people's homes. So I've got a beautiful house in Inglewood, which was affected by the flood, and we're actually working with our kids, and we're gathering the materials along the riverbanks.
Fantastic.
And we'll use those materials to go into a work of art that's going to be purpose-built right inside their home. Beautiful high ceiling, open beam.
Fantastic.
And this type of piece will just sort of wander through the space. So
That's amazing.
Where's the arts community today? It's a big, bold question, but let's get from 3 experts here. Where is it today in Alberta, in Calgary?
it's an interesting question, because I think we've got just an absolutely brilliant art community in Calgary, and we're seeing artists engaged in the community in many different ways, in really unique ways. And it's sort of the challenges of being in Calgary, because we're really not in a we're not New York, we're not Toronto, we're not Paris. But we found that I think artists are looking for new ways of really becoming part of the community. Dean's a terrific example where his studio goes right to the kids, and he's really part of that community. And I'm certainly interested in that way. I'm doing a lot of work downtown with business and working with how the arts can really be a part of day-to-day life, and we see that in a lot of different areas.
Yeah. Gentlemen, do you agree? Dean, Colin?
Yeah, and I think there's what I'm seeing too in the arts community is a lot of variety popping up everywhere, which is really interesting for me.
It's like spontaneous art.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's so many
Yeah.
innovative new, avenues or ways that people are
Yeah.
engaging the city with art. Like you'll just see pop-up things, or just going through Kensington earlier today. Like I haven't been there in a few months, and there's the craziest, coolest stuff all over. Like weird sculptures in people's lawns and stuff, and it's awesome. Like it's really exploded in the last decade, I'd say.
Yeah. There's a lot of chat, and there has been chat over the last couple of weeks here in Calgary. I'm not sure so much in Lethbridge. But the idea of maybe we should pull back the arts funding and use that money to go somewhere else. You three, I'm sure, heard of those conversations going on. How would you respond to that? Bart, let's start with you.
It's typical. You know, we see that it's not unique to this community. You know, whenever there's sort of a squeeze on the economy, you know, one of the first things that they always look at is you know, what can they pull back on? And the art is a usual suspect. So we see this happen all the time. What's really great about this city, though, is that this time around, because we've seen it all through over the years, this time around there was such a resounding support to
Yes.
and a lot of people speaking
That's
out
encouraging.
saying,
Totally.
let's not be so quick, you know. So I think that's a positive sign.
Yeah. Colin, you agree?
Yeah, I think so, and I think it's important that we do keep arts in the community and support it, because no matter what type of artist you are, I think it just gives everyone a different perspective on a message that you're trying to get across that people may otherwise be already aware of, but might not be paying too much attention to it. And then when they see the work of a certain artist and their style, they get the message. And that's why I think it's important we always keep art in our community.
Yeah. So great to have you three on panel this morning.
Absolutely.
Again, Bart Habermiller, who's an artist, illustrator extraordinaire on our set this morning.